Next guest will be arguing the case before the Supreme Court tomorrow. West Virginia Attorney General J.B. McCuskey. It's good to see you, Mr. Attorney General. The case involves, the one you're going to be arguing, I guess, is BPJ, Becky Pepper Jackson, now a 15-year-old male sophomore who wants to compete in girls' track and field. He has undergone so-called gender transition treatment, even though scientifically one's gender cannot be changed. And lower courts have allowed his participation through injunctions. To many, it seems insane that we have to even argue this kind of thing before the highest court in the land. How do you see this?
Yeah, so this is a case that comes about because West Virginia created the Save Women's Sports Act in 2021, and almost immediately our state was sued by the plaintiff here in this case. And so we have been defending West Virginia's right to enact laws that preserve spaces for women and girls to play sports in a fair and safe environment. This is a common sense piece of legislation that our state has created. We're super proud to defend it, and we are very, very excited for the opportunity, and we are more than that, very, very bullish about our chances of victory tomorrow.
President Trump described how left-wingers are endangering our female athletes' opportunities at a recent Republican retreat. Watch.
When she gets in drops the thing, walks off the stage crying, her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, "Have you lifted before?" "A little bit." And he walks up, bing. He could have gone ding, ding, ding.
Isn't it time that we as a people stop the Democrats' war on women by protecting our daughters' safety and opportunities in sports?
Absolutely, and President Trump is obviously showing the situation that we're involved in here in the only way that he can. But yeah, I mean, what we know is that sex matters in sports. And what the left would seek to do is to invalidate every single women's sports team in the country. And I think that's an important thing, and I'll repeat it. If we lose tomorrow, every single women's sports team in the entire country will be illegal. And that is just an enormous indictment on Title IX and the system that we've created that has enabled women and girls to use competitive athletics as a way to learn leadership skills, as a way to learn how to fail and how to succeed. And eventually, what we've seen is that Title IX has created an environment where we have an explosion of females who have risen to the ranks of CEOs at companies in this country, as well as in the political sphere. And a lot of that comes from the opportunities presented to them on the playing field.
And not only that, it curtails, if Title IX falls, women's ability to compete for scholarships goes away in sports because they'll be bested by biological males. Not to mention, we've seen too many of these cases where males, their physicality endangers the well-being of females, sometimes ending their careers. It's just not worth it to the women in America to be put through this. I want to pick your brain about something else, your knowledge of the law. Recent incident in Minnesota where an anti-ICE protester was shown on video using her car to hit an ICE officer. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem explains the definition of domestic terrorism to CNN. Watch.
That the vehicle was weaponized and it attacked the law enforcement officer. He defended himself and he defended those individuals around him. That is the definition. When there is something that is weaponized to use against the public and law enforcement, that is an act of domestic terrorism. It happened in our shores. It happened here in our country. You don't get to change the facts just because you don't like them.
Mr. Attorney General, in my view, she's right. Terrorism is defined by the use of violence in an effort to bring political change. What does the law say about these people who are shooting at, running over, and getting physical with ICE and Border Patrol agents?
Yeah, it's interesting. I just had this conversation with the security detail I have with me. And, you know, from an initial standpoint, I think one of the things we have to understand is why we live in a country now where people don't respect police officers. It's completely ridiculous the way that our officers are treated in this country. But secondarily, I'm going to defer to Secretary Noem on the definition of domestic terrorism. But what we do know is that police officers have a right to defend themselves. And when you put yourself, like these brave ICE officers have done, in harm's way, you have to make sure that you're able to protect your own life so that you can go home to your family as well.
Attorney General McCuskey, good luck tomorrow at the Supreme Court. Keep us posted. Thank you.